Boy, we are going
All right,
to
here we go.
get this going, Stratosphere 50.
Potentially the final match here in Stratosphere 50.
The grand finals, Canada versus Malaysia, Blitz versus Fundamentals, and Diao's already starting the
Yeah,
PC
Diao's
loop.
already PC looping.
So I was managed to find a
very-
color clear afterwards. Wow.
Very fun
Okay.
stuff.
And of course find the spike
huge
afterwards.
spike there with the double quad. And that's going to be a quick top out. Giving that first point to Diao.
Very insane damage from Diao, especially with the amount of perfect clears he's been sending. Now Fort needs to really adapt to this sort of playstyle, even though they've played against Diao plenty in the past, but in this kind of tournament, he's really going to have to try their heart out since this is Grand Finals, and Diao gonna continue on with the back-to-back. Pretty good parapet by them too, but gonna have to
yeah,
break it
that's
to
just
kill
going to be a
Fort.
lot. Diao's just going to send a lot right now. Alright. Game 3. FORTISSIM is down 2 points, but you know... We know what FORTISSIM can come back from, so it's just... If anything, this is just another extended warm-up. Totally.
In your own words. But it definitely looks like Diao is going to take a 3-0 lead already, and already 4 minutes into the match, and we are getting into
Alright, the
into some
TKI from
shenanigans.
Diao shuts down FORTISSIM's perfect clear. That was not happening anyways. Fractal setup.
Very good
FORTISSIM
by
gets that in
Fort.
on time. Very nice. Trying to keep that back-to-back going.
But Diao's already setting
has
up
to go
a
for a
pretty
combo.
big... Oh, God.
Nice down stack from FORTISSIM here. Diao is trying to keep that aggression going, and it might work out in his favor.
Very good
Wow.
mech to continue the back-to-back. Diao is really starting to show signs of damage against players like FORTISSIM.
And
of
Diao
course
setting up a
doing-
DT cannon.
DT in Stratosphere 50, but
Alright, into DT
into the
C-spin
C-spin
follow-up.
continuation.
And then there's a huge spike coming in, but FORTISSIM's going to be able to mitigate that garbage. Has a nice... Wow, that was a really good prophecy there from FORTISSIM.
Indeed, and Fort is really starting to figure out what pieces to put in there. Really looking for some pretty big attacks right there, while Diao...
Oh my god,
Diao dying to the mid-game clear!
Alright, just an immediate
Okay.
mid-game PC.
Okay.
Alright, FORTISSIM.
Okay, Fort. I definitely
we
see
never
where that-
really doubted you, but here you are.
Welcome to Stratosphere 50, where we get to see Fort perform a mid-game clear against Diao. That was a nutty
if this
play.
if this is the kind of performance we're seeing now, we're just gonna have to see how PWC is gonna be, you know?
Absolutely. And
Like,
Diao
it's gonna be
is-
exciting. Diao definitely being a bit of a powerhouse, but I mean FORTISSIM definitely shows that he can take some points off the best.
I really like Fort's look ahead, but even then, trying to deal against players like Diao, who is known for their back-to-back just in general, it can be really scary for a player like him, but either way, Fort is going to continue going. That donation is not enough to save them. The 10 back-to-back from Diao.
Yeah.
Already
Diao's taking some quick points here. Already more than halfway to victory. Can FORTISSIM come back from this? It's entirely possible with how we've been seeing him play.
It is really pretty much possible, and Fort is also trying to maintain as much as a back-to-back as he wants to have compared to Diao. And of course, continuing to go with it, especially with 7. Hey, gonna have to break it at 8, unfortunately, but that is some pretty good damage sent to Diao, but Diao is just gonna send it right back, just how he wants it to be. Very good donut by them, but...
And this Q is looking too... that Q is looking precarious.
Not looking good for Fort. This just a 7-1 lead by Diao.
4 more wins for Diao. FORTISSIM has to do a lot to come back from this. But I mean, it's like I said, still possible, still absolutely possible with how we've been seeing FORTISSIM. Especially if FORTISSIM can pull something off like what he did in warm-up, or when taking that first point away from Diao.
Very good macro by Diao.
All right.
And FORTISSIM is already going back to the bottom of the board with only just tons of clean to work with.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
afterwards.
that huge spike. Diao just has a quad ready, though. Lucky for him.
Very good.
Yeah, FORTISSIM kind of just doing quick down stacks. Has to forego a bit of that efficiency. Not sure how well it'll work out for him in the end. But right now, kind of in a just manageable spot. But that huge spike from Diao is gonna be too much.
This is
Diao
totally...
once again proving why it's called a Diao stack. Wow.
This is absolutely devastating for Fort. Starting to really
FORTISSIM with the all clear though.
Sort of
kind of has Diao in a good spot. We're gonna have to see if this can keep going. Yeah.
What
yeah,
the
PC loop. That was a good PC loop. FORTISSIM definitely took advantage of the situation.
We've seen
Good
both
stuff,
of these players at their own respective strengths, and Fort is really
another perfect another perfect clear. Unfortunately, not able to loop it because of Diao's aggression.
When you get,
but, I mean, FORTISSIM definitely. I think FORTISSIM definitely has a bit of a chance. I think this round to do something.
God,
with a start like that.
Fort is really trying to play it safe right here, but against a player like Diao, who is known for their intense pressure, you could definitely see where Fort is starting to struggle a lot when it comes to that sort of play style.
And that's going to be costly.
Absolutely costly, especially with the garbage.
2 more wins for Diao to take yet another major tournament away from other people.
Looking at Fort.
Here's
Fort, unfortunately, gonna have to go for the boomerang and then fixing it with the TSD afterwards.
That was a good save, given the circumstances, especially right now with how high FORTISSIM's board is, looking very precarious. And that counter spike. Diao's still alive though. This board state's not looking too high. Diao's gonna find an out still.
Very good Diao stack by Diao. Yeah. You could definitely see where Fort is just really starting to show signs of patience.
Fort's kind of taking his time right now, but still kind of in a manageable state. Both players about even. Diao's stack looking a little bit messy, but starts to clean that up as we speak.
God, Fort is really trying to do as much as he could.
Fort is really trying to stay in this, but that's such a huge garbage queue incoming. Diao is now taking this 10-2 match point championship point.
It's all or nothing for Fort. He has nine more chances.
FORTISSIM has to win 9 rounds in a row, and then take bracket reset. But Diao's pressure looking like a bit too much for Diao.
Yeah, that is
maybe
biting
off more than he could do, and yeah, Diao is your Stratosphere 50 champion. Taking yet another major qualifier away from everyone else, but I mean, it's not going to matter too much, I think, because FORTISSIM still getting a solid 20 points from that, with that really solid second place standing, which